And Clint, is your title known as a producer, music producer?
I've done kind of all the above, performing and teaching and producing and recording.
Now, isn't it true also that you write music notation paper for different musical scores?
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you, when you do those scores, do you use the computer to do that, a lot of the work for you?
Yeah.
What's that program called?
I've used Finale a lot.
Finale, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a computer hooked up by MIDI to the keyboard, and you know put it.
I see. You have to put it manually in. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you take a tape of the music and put the tape on and have the tape run through it on the computer?
I don't know if it'll do that. It might be a different program.
Okay, no, that's the question I'm asking because I don't know. You see, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't know what program
Yeah.
that would be.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That
Clint.
would be pretty good.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I thought that's how it was. You know, you could put music on and it'll do it for you. You know. Like-
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll find that out. I think I asked you before, but do you know Bill Anthony by chance?
No.
Okay, he does the same thing that you do.
Okay.
And he's, I think it's Bear Creek Studios.
Okay.
He has been in there a few times, and he's done some work with Paul McCartney, who goes to Bear Creek Studios.
Okay.
And Bill, he flies to like places like New York and stuff like that to do scores for other symphonies or whatever.
Okay.
Have you ever done any of that?
I haven't done like the symphony scores. I've done kind of smaller, smaller groups, quartets and octets, and arranging things. So
Yeah, and, may I ask? I mean, what does is it all right if I call you producer? What does a music producer charge for something like that?
I think it depends on the hours. It depends on the scope. You can do an hourly fee, or I suppose there might be somebody that does just one, amount for one score.
I see.
So I think it depends on what it is. If it's a symphony thing, if it's a movie thing, if it's.
Right.
I did a song for it was just a piano arrangement for a website, and for that you just charge one amount.
Do you like work to think to yourself how much time it's going to take, etc.?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So if
Yeah.
there's an hourly rate, do you know what that would be roughly?
Oh, it could be 50. Could be. It kind of depends. I did one website. It was more of a charitable thing, so that's less.
Yeah, I understand.
And so.
Well, what also that I'm interested in is how did you get started in the music field, and what made you decide to? And also, don't you give lessons too?
Yeah.
Okay, so what brought you to the point where you are today, and where did you start, and what were you thinking, and et cetera, all the way up?
Well, it's kind of a little bit of a long story, but I'll try to make it short. I started, doing
Take your time.
piano lessons when I was little, just like a lot of kids.
You were taking piano lessons, you said?
Yeah, started
all
when
right.
I was, third grade.
Okay.
And kind of kept going, and there was when I was 13, my teacher took me to they had a local contest, and this boy had won, and so it was with the orchestra and piano, and so he played, and I sat there and I thought, wow, why does he get all the glory up there and I'm sitting in the audience? So I got pretty serious, and
I see.
Yeah, and played, started practicing more. And I also had, so third grade was piano, fifth grade was trombone, did that in band. Sixth grade I took up violin. Later I added organ.
Wow. Well, now, but don't they have like, for instance, one thing I recently became aware of is like, the harmonicas. And the harmonicas have different keys, is that right?
Right.
Can you explain that?
Well, it's how it's tuned. I don't play the harmonica per se, but you have a harmonica in the key of E or the key of G or whatever, and so it's got, you have the E chord, and then you have a B chord, and then you have, and it won't have. I don't think most harmonicas have all 24 chords. So.
Okay.
They're tuned specifically around E, which would be, okay, you have the E, then you have your B chord, and then you have your A chord, and then
So they're the tonic then.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm interested in is when I was young, I too took piano lessons
Yeah.
for 2 weeks because I
Okay.
thought, oh, this is ridiculous, a waste of time. I don't feel that way today.
Yeah.
What is it, do you think, that was the difference between you wanting to strive on as opposed to me thinking, you know?
Well, it's interesting because I had a friend at that time, and he told me, I kind of mentioned it. I said, well, I'm going to try piano lessons. And he said, oh, you'll hate it. You'll just hate it. I said, oh, okay, what do I do? And he also told me later on, he said, oh, if you ever get a paper out, you're going to hate that too. Well, I ended up liking both of them.
Yeah.
So, but for me, what it was, I had it was a nice lady down the street. I was third grade. I didn't really care one way or the other.
But excuse me, you mean you made that decision in the 3rd grade? When you were in 3rd grade?
Well, basically, yeah. So we got a piano for, I think it was Christmas when I was in 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents asked us kids, would you like to try piano? And I said, sure, why not?
I see.
So I started taking lessons, and it was fine. But I just basically, in the beginning, I wasn't super interested, but I didn't quit. I just never quit.
Right. I
just
see.
kept going and kept
I
going
see.
and kept going.
So you attached yourself to your desire or your dream, possibly?
Yeah. I mean, eventually, I just kept going and kept thinking, well, the teacher I had at that time had some star students. I thought, well, that'd be kind of nice. What if I could be like them? And just kept going and finally, and I did. I got to where they were and passed it. And
What did your friend, did he say anything about that as you excelled to where you are? The friend that said, oh, you'll hate him, the piano lesson?
Yeah, he never, I don't know, that just faded into history. That was, by the time I got really good, we weren't that much friends anymore. I mean, I don't know, he was...
You didn't hang out so much.
Yeah, so it wasn't an issue.